Y'all know they're calling for extreme hot weather. Water is essential. I like to put my little lemon in it. I'm doing nutrition, and it's important to me. So I do have the sugar. I have some coffee, got some oat milk, and I brought my own brown sugar. Dress in layers, and also remember that the fabric that we wear plays a part. So, for example, polyester, like the very beautiful dress I had on earlier, it's polyester. After a while, it get real hot. So I have a cotton. I'm showing you what I have on, and I have a lot of schoolwork to do too. So, proper footwear. I have on my slides, my cotton shorts, cotton top. So I feel nice and cool, and then I have plenty of schoolwork to do. So that's why I filled my water bottle. I have some tea for later. Got my Bible, of course, and then coffee. So how did I get myself back on track? Easy. Set a schedule. This morning, I sat down and I like to write things down. So if you have a schedule, you have different assignments that are due, it's helpful to pen and paper it, just because you might not be able to charge your device. Your device may not work. There's a number of things that go on. Also, in very, very hot weather, your devices can overheat. It happened to me in Baltimore last year. My phone was like 100-degree heat. It was gone. So, and then of course, if you have deadlines, always try to work it out before something's due. And well, praise God, I have a little extension, some grace and mercy has been extended to me. So I wrote down what I need to work on today, what I need to work on tomorrow, and then I plugged it into my calendar and I do it a week out. So because I'm taking 3 classes, I try to focus one class a day until I get, back into the groove of doing many classes at the same time. That's why I like to kind of break up my semester, and summer classes are hybrid and they tend to move a bit faster. And then of course, I underestimated just how much time it will take, because one class is only 1 credit. I'm taking biology, fermentation, and that ties directly into my culinary experience, and it also ties directly into nutrition. So try to take classes that are similar and relevant to each other. And the subject matter, it'll go a long way. Like I'm doing administrative law, that takes a lot more of my concentration because I have to read a lot of cases, things of that nature. So for today, I'm going to be focusing on my Nutrition 100. I estimated 7 hours, but probably going to take me about 5. And then what I do, I take small breaks in between. That's what the water is for. That's why I walk around, might go outside in a cool breeze. So where you work, it plays an impact, not only on your health, your mental health, your spiritual health, but also your physical well-being. You want to be nearby food that's healthy. Now, granted, I know you're thinking what the most healthy is. I did have a Reuben sandwich before I got here, and this morning I had just 2 pieces of toast. That was it. So then I wrote down to the duration of the course what my course states, when everything is due, what is due, and then put it on your calendar to keep yourself on track. So today is Tuesday, nutrition. Tomorrow I'll be doing my biology and my administrative law, as well as Friday. And then, I got 4th of July coming up. I have some stuff that's due on the 5th. So I won't be going out to a lot of events, a lot of festivals, things of that nature. I even canceled a job interview that I had today simply because I knew that it wasn't something that I would be looking forward to other than compensation. And compensation is not everything, you get it? So I'm thinking about working back in coffee shops and cafes. One, I love talking to people. I love helping people. And the kickback for me is that after I finish my shift, I can sit down, enjoy my shift meal, get my homework done. I actually did that when I worked at a company that's still in business. I don't know to talk about companies that went out of business, but Sweetgreen. So I miss y'all all at Sweetgreen. Shout out to y'all, Bethesda, as well as Boston, Fairfax, one of those little shops, Roslyn, that's where it was at. And the reason that I love those jobs, healthy food, fresh food, and then I get a chance to make friends in other stores, and there's good walking trails. In the evening, I like to go out, be able to listen to music. So my goal is to charge my tablet up, get as much work as possible. I'll take a break in a few hours. Then I will run an errand or two. And then I can enjoy myself, either working out, not as much today. I try to take breaks too as well. Because you give your body the opportunity to heal. And so, let's see, this weekend I did some very, very intense workouts. And then yesterday I did a 15, 20-minute intense workout. Try to get your workouts in before 8, 9 o'clock because it's very hot. There's going to be a lot of 4th of July festivals going on. I doubt that I'll be able to make it to any of them because right now what's most important to me is finishing my classes. On a great note, so I do a lot of different things, and then also looking at public administration, how county councils, city councils, and even in Annapolis, how things are done in terms of lobbying, legislation, building consensus, but also working with different agencies and not only explaining how they operate, but explaining that to constituents as well. So that way you can maximize what the government can do for you. And if you feel there's need for improvement, how to speak up about it. Let's see. So that's why I'm going to go back to what I like to do, working in coffee shops, also in cafes. The busier times are during the day, which is fine for me. I can work part-time, and I'm pursuing different internship opportunities. I might do something in Montgomery or Prince George's County. Might go do something in Virginia or Annapolis. The key is that I want you to understand is that you have options when you put yourself out there in a good way, by networking, by volunteering, and by also getting a feel of what you want to do and what works for you. So unfortunately, the interview that I have today, it was not going to work for me. No. And you have to look at where your strong points are. For me, a lot of things, but particularly strategizing, organizing, and communicating with people. And then I love the fact that, well, there's a library down the street, the mall's down the street, YMCA's down the street, so I'm in close proximity, grocery store, everything that I need, usually within like a 4-mile radius. And a lot of times, when you have to move around, as I suggested today in the health presser, try to limit your activity to where it's cooler. So about 6 or 7 this evening, the sun is going to go down a bit. It's going to be a little bit more cooler, and then that way I can finish out whatever I need to do. But please remember, in school, you have to take breaks. Like, I don't sit here for 5-6 hours. I have done it before. It is not fun. You got to give your body and your brain an opportunity to kind of reset, refresh, and refocus. And after this cup, I'm going to switch to decaf, and that's why I love coming here from a bakery. Make sure y'all tip well and treat the workers with respect because they're working very hard. Starting strong. Reflect, set goals, succeed. So it's going to be easy for me. And I think that's what it is. A lot of times when we look at something, oh, it's going to be easy. And then I don't have the same passion to where I know something's going to be a challenge. You know, being an athlete, I like challenges. I rarely back down from a challenge. But it has to be a good challenge. You have to actually challenge me to something. So this is what I challenge people to do. Be your best self. Focus in and lock in on the things that you want to do. And then you can go out and hang out with your friends. So I hope to see many of you over this next couple days, but I doubt it. I'll catch up with y'all when I graduate and I'll share my success. Psycho boo boo. I also schedule in fun time. And I highly recommend that y'all do. I put at the top of my schedule the things I have to accomplish and by what time frame, right? And then be realistic too. See, that was my thing. I thought I could do this and all this stuff. Well, I'm not 20 years old anymore, 30, or even 35, or even 40. You get it? So as you get older, you want to have that time to relax, ease into your day, and feel good about yourself and what you're doing. It's a multi-generational approach. So I hope all of you check in on your loved ones, check in on the elderly, and also the youth too. Make sure they're not out here in this hot sun and that they're having fun. Have a very blessed day.